According to Mahoning County's Humane Society, the number of animal abuse and neglect cases increases each year. Since January, Animal Charity has received approximately 550 reports of animal abuse and has rescued 443 animals. Jane Macmurchy from Animal Charity joins me now to explain why her agency is seeking financial support. Thank you for coming in, Jane. We appreciate it. And that 443 animals is going up because of an emergency case you just had today. What can you tell us?
Yes, we had brought in 443 animals so far this year, but unfortunately duty calls and we got another case of abuse and neglect in the city of Youngstown. And so our crews were just out there and brought in 14 more dogs that were being abused and neglected.
What kind of shape were they in?
Some of them are going to need some emergency medical treatment for possible foreign bodies. They're all emaciated. They have urine burns. They're missing fur. They're really dehydrated. They're just not in good shape.
So 443 plus the 14 today. How does that compare with this time of the year, I guess, compared to previous years? So
we've blown 2020 out of the water. We've blown a few other years out of the water since then. And since COVID, we've brought in 3,500 plus animals. And again, that number continues to rise daily. Right. But it's taken a strain because this year what we're seeing that hasn't been in years past is that their conditions, the way they're coming in, is so much worse than ever before. And we're spending tens of thousands of dollars saving their lives at hospitals and with veterinarians. And so that's where we're really struggling.
Can you pinpoint why that is, why the animals are in such worse shape than previous years?
So we really have seen there's been a mental health crisis since COVID, and that really does play a role into the condition of the animals because of hoarding. And then it goes along with crime. Animals are often part of these high crime areas and gun-related violences and drug-related violence and things like that. So, you know, they're not coming from one golden retriever in a suburb. They're coming from situations where people are getting in over their head due to mental illness, and those people often need just as much help.
At your older facility, it felt like you were, quote, overflowing. Is it the same thing with your new facility?
Yeah, we have been at max capacity. We have approximately 300 animals in our shelter right now. 170-ish of those are dogs, and I really don't know how much more we're going to really be able to push and stretch. It's probably going to come down to us having to cut some of the free services that we're doing.
What do you need?
We need financial help. We need people to rally around us and support us as much as possible. Every dollar counts. But again, we don't want to have to cut services because they are needed. But we can't keep going at this rate, unfortunately, if we don't get help.
You don't receive government assistance, right?
Correct.
It's all private donations.
Every dollar coming from the community is going right back into this community, and it's making a difference.
Is it frustrating that you feel like you're constantly having to ask the public for help, financial help?
Yeah, it feels like we say it's so reactional because we can't get ahead because the emergencies just keep coming and inundating us, and they're all coming from Mahoning County.
Aside from medical care, you have agents who investigate cases and get custody of the animals. I imagine there are expenses that go along with that as well, right?
Yes, they're humane vehicles, training, equipment, and things like that. But then also, unlike other agencies, once we are on scene and rescuing animals, then it's our job to start taking care of them. So they actually are coming back to our office, and we have to do care for them, multiple meals, multiple walks, medical care, basic care every day, and it's upwards of $22 to $25 per animal per day.
Wow. And I want to get to one figure real quick. In January, you rescued 40 animals in 4 days. That ended up costing $40,000 in medical bills.
We were at the hospital about 9 times in Akron that week alone.
Wow. What kind of medical care does your agency provide in vet care?
So to the community, we do have low-cost spay and neuters for cats. We do have a vet that comes in to see sick animals. We offer low-cost and affordable veterinary vaccines and testing and prevention. We also have affordable grooming. So we do all of that for the community, and we do all of that for our own animals in-house. But again, we're not equipped in-house to deal with, say, an owner who shot their dog.
Right.
You know, those animals have to go to the big hospital in Akron.
Right. Well, they need your help, folks. If you can, please help them out. How do they get in touch with you?
Animalcharityofohio.org.
All right, perfect. Jane Macmurchy, thank you so much for
Thanks
coming in.